U.S. will take ownership position in rebuilding Gaza. A video looks bad. I'm going to say this. Obviously, it's free Palestine. It seems like Israel had this plan for a long time. Netanyahu looks like he's controlling Trump in that video. He's smiling like this, and Trump is just saying what Netanyahu wants him to say. It seems like it's going to be... It seems like the United States of Israel. He's up there with the Israeli flag, and they have plans to just get rid of Gaza and expand Israel. Trump does not care about... He obviously doesn't care about the people of Gaza there, based on that statement alone, saying that why would they live there? Because that's their home. That's where they live. Saying he's going to force Jordan and Egypt to take... Jordan and Egypt said that they don't want to take millions of people in. They don't want to do it.
Why they go
and why the United States is even getting involved in this. We're supposed to put America first, and now you want to deploy troops? Now you're talking about how they're terrorists and those bombs? If you're putting America first, let's stop getting involved in other countries' conflicts over and over again. We have enough going on here. What are you doing, Trump? We voted for you because you're going to put America first, not do Israel's job for them. Netanyahu's smiling like he owns you. What are you doing? To be honest, Israel had this plan for years, and they would have done it with Kamala anyway. They would have done it with Biden anyway. Israel owns the United States. No matter who's president, they have to show allegiance to Netanyahu. So it has nothing. It's not really specific to Trump. This was inevitably going to happen. It's the greater Israel project. I mean, this is what's been written. This was always going to happen. This was always going to happen. This has been the plan. Anybody who's blaming Trump on this, like obviously it looks bad with Netanyahu there. They've been planning to do this since 1948, probably even earlier. But this has been set in motion. Why do you think October 7th? October 7th was all about doing this. Was genociding people and then trying to take Palestine completely away from them and just take their homes away forever so that they can have the Holy Land. It's been this way. It just sucks to see our boy Trump doing it, man. That really sucks to see. They planning the Jaw arrival? Yeah. That's what this is about. Let's be real. I'm not going to censor the truth. That's what this is about. They wanted to get into Al-Aqsa.
Well, I said it, and he said it very well. It's a campaign of pressure to see if we can get something done. He doesn't want to do what some people think will automatically happen because they're very...
Trump, this is absolutely pathetic. Why is this flag here? Why is this flag in the White House?
Difficult people to deal with, as you know. But if we could solve this problem without warfare, without all of the things that you've been witnessing over the last number of years, it would be, I think it would be a tremendous thing. Go ahead, please.
Do you have any plans to visit Israel soon?
To visit where?
Israel and Gaza.
Oh, I love Israel. I will visit there, and I'll...
Oh. He loves Israel, huh?
To visit where?
Israel and Gaza.
Oh, I love Israel. I will visit there, and I'll visit Gaza, and I'll visit Saudi Arabia, and I'll visit other places all over the Middle East. The Middle East is an incredible place.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to
visit
to talk with you again.
Oh, I love Israel.
Because a vision.
He's regretting, bro. He's regretting. He voted for Trump. Oh.
I turned my collar to the cold and damp.
I also thought
Stab.
Trump gonna end this war.
Drain the swamp! The globalists! Crooked Hillary!
Silence. And in the
America
naked
first!
light I saw
America
10,000
first!
people, maybe. disturb the sound of silence.
What is that? Oh, it's very upsetting news for us, for Muslim Ummah. And we don't support Trump from the beginning.
He should have went up there. Free Palestine, down with Israel, no to Netanyahu. We're not gonna go abroad. No more foreign aid, Netanyahu. Can suck my dick. Fuck him and his genocidal state because we put America first. America first. Free Gaza, free Palestine. No more foreign aid. We can only put America first by putting Israel last. Israel can suck my dick. It's a big chode. One of the biggest, one of the greatest chodes that they've ever seen. This is what he should have done to Netanyahu's chair. Oh, please, Bibi, you want to sit down? Whoop! Gotcha, stupid bitch. Gotcha. You thought Bibi goes, whoa! Falls over. Oh, you thought I was gonna put it up? Free Palestine, free Palestine. When I'm done, Israel's gonna be so small. It's gonna be so small, just like Biden's penis. Very small. Mine's big, bigly. Not a chode. We didn't support you because of Israel. Nobody in the MAGA movement wants to support Israel. We want to put America first. We want Palestine first. We don't even want to be involved.
I'll visit there, and I'll visit Gaza, and I'll visit Saudi Arabia, and I'll visit other places all over the Middle East. The Middle East is an incredible place, so vibrant, so it's just one of the really beautiful places and with great people. And I think a lot of bad leadership has taken place in the Middle East that's allowed this to happen. It's just terrible. And that includes on the American side, by the way. We should have never gone in there a long time ago.
Bro. You
Spent
allowed
trillions of dollars and created so much death.
To our
So
brothers
that
and sisters
includes
in
Americans.
Palestine.
But yeah, I'll be visiting a lot of different
guys
places
did
in the Middle East. I've been invited everywhere, but I will be visiting some, yeah. Okay. Let's go. Caitlin, go ahead.
Thank you
Caitlin.
so much, President Trump.
Caitlin,
Just to
go
follow
ahead.
up on what you were saying there.
Say it. Go ahead,
Just
please.
to follow up on what you were saying about the Gazans leaving Gaza, going to other countries. One, where exactly are you suggesting that they should go? And two, are you saying they should return after it's rebuilt? And if not, who do you envision living there?
Envision a world, people living there, the world's people. I think you'll make that into an international, unbelievable place. I think the potential in the Gaza Strip is unbelievable.
I'm angry. I'm angry about this. I'm angry about this situation.
Entire world, representatives from all over the world will be there, and they'll live there. Palestinians also. Palestinians will live there. Many people will live there, but they've tried the other, and they've tried it for decades and decades and decades. It's not going to work. It didn't work. It will never work, and you have to learn from history. History has. You just can't let it keep repeating itself. We have an opportunity to do something that could be phenomenal. And I don't want to be cute. I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent. But more importantly than that is the people that have been absolutely destroyed that live there now can live in peace in a much better situation because they're living in.
So just destroy their land, give it to Israel, and then tell them to fuck off. That's exactly what he's saying here, and he's not even trying to sugarcoat it at all.
In hell, and those people will now be able to live in peace. We'll make sure that it's done world class. It'll be wonderful for the people. Palestinians mostly we're talking about, and I have a feeling that despite them saying no, I have a feeling that the king in Jordan and that the general president, but that the general in Egypt will open their hearts and will give us the kind of land.
Creator said chat is going to be completely replaced. I've had enough. All right, cool. Yeah, we need to fix the chat. Thanks, W. Creator.
Good evening from Seattle. I'm Chris Hayes. Last hour, Donald Trump wrapped up a lengthy joint appearance with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And over the course of a rambling, often incoherent hour, the President of the United States appeared to announce a completely unprecedented American policy towards Gaza and the people that live there that on its face would both violate international law and be seen by millions, maybe hundreds of millions or billions around the world as the U.S. backing explicit ethnic cleansing. The announcement has enormous implications for the region, for Palestinians in Gaza, for U.S. service members who apparently are going to be pressed into service for this project. President Trump announcing the U.S. would, in his words, own, that's the word he used, own Gaza, that it would transfer the population of the 1.8 million Palestinians who live there amidst the rubble and the damage, those who have survived the last year and a half, that they would be transferred out of Gaza into what he speculated could be as many as a dozen other countries that will apparently take them in. He said the U.S. would possibly send American troops to Gaza and develop the region into, quote, the Riviera of the Middle East.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back.
You are talking tonight about the United States taking over a sovereign territory. What authority would allow you to do that? Are you talking about a permanent occupation there? Redevelopment?
I do see a long-term ownership position, and I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East.
This is what it looks like to be owned. Netanyahu's not saying a word. I've never seen Trump read a script more. He's always off the cuff. Bro's looking at his shoes because he's reading exactly what Netanyahu wrote for him. He never reads a script. Netanyahu's, it's just like it's like Netanyahu's controlling his puppet in front of all of us. Is this not the best proof that we are a colony of Israel? I've never seen him this okay with being puppeted around like that either. This is the worst humiliation I've ever seen from Trump. Some people are telling me not to go too hard about this, but this is absolutely pathetic from Trump.
And everybody I've spoken to, this was not a decision made lightly. Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and creating thousands of jobs with something that will be magnificent in a really magnificent area. We have an opportunity to do something that could be phenomenal. And I don't want to be cute. I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so this could be so magnificent.
Now, it's a little unclear whether this was an announcement of a new policy, although it seemed to be something he delivered.
This is the truth. Newsflash, it didn't matter who would have been president. This is seen as prophecy. It is. It is. It is sad to see Trump go down like this, but this is in the Quran. The Bible even says this. All this is prophesized. These are signs of accelerating towards the end times. That's the truth. What's the hadith about this? Yeah, it was guaranteed, chat. Let's be real. It's not cope. This is everyone. Well, I'm not surprised about it. I didn't think it was going to happen this soon. I'm going to be real with you. Yeah, no, Christians agree with this. Jews believe in this too, yeah. End times, yeah, Creator, you don't know. This is like in the end times when the Antichrist comes. In Islam, we say the Dajjal. And Christians say the Antichrist. It's the same thing. And before that happens, Israel's gonna take over the Holy Land, which is the area around Jerusalem, Palestine, and people are gonna go follow it. Most of the world is gonna go extinct, and the people of Israel are gonna worship the Antichrist, and a lot of people are gonna fall for it, and they're gonna terrorize the planet. They're going to genocide most people. This is all prophesized. Other signs been ramping up. I know, right? Like the LA fires. There has been a lot of signs. There's been a lot of signs. Saudi Arabia also already said they won't accept this plan. Good.
premeditated on, the commander-in-chief, or it was just Donald Trump riffing off the cuff. But again, he said all this on stage with Benjamin Netanyahu after the two men had met in the Oval Office, so it seemed to be a formal policy announcement. The President of the United States saying that we need to try something new in the Middle East, and apparently something new means the American occupation and forced depopulation and expulsion of sovereign territory currently inhabited by 1.8 million people. Senator Chris Van Hollen is a Democrat of Maryland. He sits on the Foreign Relations Committee. He's been very outspoken about U.S. policy in the Middle East. He joins me now. Senator, I guess I just first, this appears to be an actual announcement of current U.S. policy that we will own Gaza, that we will go in, and that U.S. troops might be sent. Your reaction?
So, Chris, I think we need to reiterate what the President of the United States just said, and you said it, but it bears repeating. He just said that it will be United States policy to forcibly displace 2 million Palestinians.
You know what's funny? I don't know if Creator's still in here. You know another side of the end times? Creator, are you still here? Another side of the end times is women will dress as men. One, yeah, that the transgenderism is a sign of the end times, but also this. That women will dress as if they're clothed, but appear naked. They will appear as if they're clothed, but be naked.
Palestinians from the Gaza Strip. That is ethnic cleansing by another name. He said the United States would then own the Gaza Strip and that we would develop the Gaza Strip and that other countries would take these Palestinians. He says he's talked to a lot of people and they think it's a great idea. Well, we know that just a few weeks ago, the Arab countries, key Arab countries, had an emergency meeting and responded forcefully against this idea and said it was unacceptable. So what the president is doing here is really throwing a match on an already very volatile region. This is something that Iran and our adversaries will celebrate. The super far right wing in Israel will celebrate. In fact, Ben-Gvir, one of the farthest right members, has already tweeted out his support for the president's idea. So this is a very volatile mix in addition to being despicable in so many ways.
Yeah, there's a few dimensions here it's worth, and if I sound a little stunned, it's because I really am. The forcible expulsion of 2 million people is an atrocity. That's the kind of thing that, if any other nation state does it, we view it as an atrocity. You can't forcibly expel people. I'm not even clear. I mean, it's obviously a violation of
absolutely insane, bro.
International law. I'm not even clear that he has American legal authority to do something like this.
Well, certainly he doesn't have the legal authority to deploy American forces, right, to push 2 million people out of Gaza. That would require congressional authorization. He also, of course, ran on being the president who was going to stop all wars, not get us in the middle of more conflicts. So this is why it is such a jaw-dropping moment for the American people and the country, for the President of the United States to say, as you say, I mean, this isn't just like a paper violation of international law. It is ethnic cleansing by another name. And it will certainly embolden our adversaries. And it is really going to, worry is a soft word, it's going to scare our friends. And this is a moment, Chris, for the Arab countries to tell President Trump that they meant what they said, that they oppose this idea, and that they believe that the only way to secure long-term peace and stability and dignity for Israelis and Palestinians alike is through self-determination for both peoples and a two-state
solution. Yeah, these MSNBC reporters are pretty base, huh?
That's what they've been saying. This is really going to be a moment to look carefully at how they respond.
There's a moral dimension, there's a strategic and legal dimension, but there's also a security dimension here, and you alluded to it, but I think it's worth spending some time. The U.S. has tens of thousands of service members deployed in the Middle East. The President of the United States has just announced to the world that they are soon to be used for a project of ethnic cleansing in the most volatile, sensitive region in the world. And I can't help but feel like has essentially painted a target on the back of every service member in the region.
Well, that's exactly what he's done, because this is the most sort of volatile, toxic mix of ideas that you could bring together at this particular moment. And so it will be a moment of great danger for Americans, whether there are servicemen in the region, there are embassy personnel in the region.
Yeah.
It is such an irresponsible and reckless act by the President of the United States. Like you, I found myself just stunned. I mean, he'd been making comments kind of like this leading up to this moment, but to really announce it as U.S. policy, he also said, and we should be very alert for what's happening next, he said within the next 2 weeks, he's going to make some decisions regarding the West Bank. Who knows what he's thinking about there?
You're a U.S. Senator, and obviously you're in the minority. That means that you can't control what happens in the U.S. Senate. But there is a lot of things that U.S. Senators can do. Because of unanimous consent and because of the way the Senate functions, there's a kind of tacit set of norms that you all have to come to agreement on in order to have the place run. And as a senator, I know you and your colleagues like to see it doing work. At what point does it become important to use every procedural means to essentially bring the body to a halt until this policy and what's happening with Elon Musk and USAID and what seems to be a raft of flagrantly illegal actions are stopped or curtailed?
Well, I think that moment is now. I think that moment is now. And look, a group of us were outside the Department of Treasury today, essentially saying we cannot have business as usual. We're not going to let Elon Musk take over the government of the United States.
Trump warns Iran, obliteration for assassination.
And why say that you're unhappy to sign it if it's Iran and their proxies who have threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani?
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do, not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That would be the end. I've left instructions.
Why is there a World Cup trophy behind him? He did not win the World, we did not win the World Cup. Why is this in the White House?
If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be.
Okay, Trump, the no more wars guy, stop the wars guy, is threatening world war with Iran.
Able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why. Lack of intelligence, perhaps. But he never said it. If that happens to a leader or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran. So I'm signing this, and it's a very powerful document, but hopefully we're not going to have to use it.
Trump has left behind he literally signed a document saying if Iran tries to assassinate him to completely... And all the Trump fans are going to be on board with this too. So let's look at like the 2026, 27 timeline. Israel assassinates Trump, and we go to with Iran over it. I mean, this is going to happen. That's the kind of... That's where I'm at with this stuff. This is prophesized. So what can we really do? Charlie Kirk said so. Like, what are we gonna do about this? Like, what can we could speak the truth. You know, we could say free Palestine and give people props who say it too. But what are we gonna do? Like, the only thing you can do is be a good person, follow God. Yeah, follow God and pray. That's it. We're not doing we're not stopping this. We're not.
About that.
It's beyond us. Oh, we can speak up, but our voice only does so much. It pretty much just delays what's gonna happen. Trump just gave Mossad an incentive to assassinate him. He actually did. Oh, man.
Oh, he's right.
Yeah, that was the whole goal of... Chat! All right, after the establishment of Greater Israel, we're going to call Blueberry. We're calling Blueberry Suey. And next, to get this take on the demolition of Gaza, we're going to call Cheezer. What's Cheezer's take on the demolition of Gaza? What does Cheeser think? W Cheeser. Like, what the fuck now? Like, what do I do? I go back to clip farming? Like, what the fuck do I do now? Oh, this is streamer life. Like, oh shit. Palestine is gonna be displaced completely, and our country's owned by Israel. Time to go on monkey! Like, we're looking at two human shaitans here.
If they left while the rebuilding was happening.
It would be my hope that we could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return.
Why is there the fireplace roaring like that here?
Why would they want to return? The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest, toughest places on earth. And right now, I've seen every picture from every angle, better than if I were there. And nobody can live there. You can't live there. So if we can build them through massive amounts of money supplied by other people,
He's just so oh my god, bro.
rich nations, and they're willing to supply it. If we can build something
Millions
for them,
and billions.
one of the countries, and it could be Jordan, and it could be Egypt, it could be other countries, and you could build 4 or 5 or 6 areas. It doesn't have to be one area.
I've never seen somebody like sit next to them and clearly own them so bad before. I've never seen that.
But you take certain areas and you build really good quality housing, like a beautiful town, like someplace where they can live and not die. Because Gaza is a guarantee that they're going to end up dying. The same thing's going to happen again. It's happened over and over again, and it's going to happen again as sure as you're standing there, Peter. So I hope this pen, this wonderful pen, my desk is the Middle East, and this pen, the top of the pen, that's Israel. That's not good, right? You know, that's a pretty big difference. I use that as an analogy.
It's like he's explaining Zionism to kindergartners.
Pretty accurate, actually. It's a pretty small piece of land, and it's amazing that they've been able to do what they've been able to do. When you think about it, there's a lot of good, smart power, but it is a very small piece of land, no question about it.
What we can do? We can only speak about them and pray for them. And you know, our Muslim leaders are literally, they're like puppet, and they don't have any courage to fight against this oppression. That's the real truth of this ummah. And yeah, free Palestine. Free Palestine.